everything I wish I started doing for my skin in my 20s. I'm now in my 30s, late 30s. I'm not a Botox girly. I know too much. The idea of freezing my face freaks me out, and at the end of the day, it's a neurotoxin. I'm not here to de-influence you on the Botox. I even see a lot of Botox girlies now kind of doing more natural methods to either extend their appointments or to try to wean off of it altogether. So regardless of whatever you do to your face, I'm gonna show you maybe some new things that you can try, and trust me, these are maintainable, okay? I'm a low maintenance girl. I want things that are quick to do, but I'm gonna see results, and I'm not just doing it because I have nothing better to do. Like, I got 2 little kids, okay? We got very little time, literally 2 hours at the end of the day to like clean up, wash my face, get ready for bed, have a little me time, and try not to go to bed too late because my kids are waking up before 6 a.m. right now. I actually don't have any makeup on my face. I did do my brows and a little mascara, but I didn't want to look completely like a zombie for you guys. Yeah, this is what my skin looks like. And I actually just got my makeup and hair done, and even the stylist said, you have really nice skin. So either people are lying to me or these things are working. So we're gonna get into it. I'm really excited because I've been wanting to film this video for a while. These are things I'm very passionate about. I do them pretty much every day religiously. Dry brushing for the face. I've really only been doing this the last 6 months. I mean, I've been dry brushing for years. Love it for the body. Helps with so many things, gets rid of the dead skin cells. It just makes everything smooth. I really do feel like I've noticed more like firmness and smoothness on the top of my legs where usually like cellulite will set in. But I never thought to do it on my face. I specifically purchased a facial dry brush. So this is not one that you're gonna wet. You're gonna keep it dry. Even saying that makes me think of my childhood. My mom was the first one I ever heard about dry brushing because obviously we'd steal everything from mom's bathroom, and like she'd be like, this brush doesn't go in the shower. I thought she was crazy. I'm like, why would you get a brush that doesn't get wet? Like, this stays dry. But we'd always steal it and like use it because it was like felt so good, like to use with like soap and stuff. I just thought the concept was weird. And now as an adult, I'm like, it's the best thing ever. You need to have a designated brush that stays dry. See, mom, I listen. This is gonna help with like lymphatic drainage, with circulation. I do this as soon as I wake up in the morning. I just go in and I just start like, I don't know, it just feels so nice, and it gently exfoliates. So I'm getting rid of any dead skin cells. And so when I put on my skincare or I do my makeup, everything just lays so smooth, and it really does help just like bring blood flow to the surface of the skin. I really love it. I don't really do anything like crazy. I just kind of, you know, do some upward motions. Especially when I do my legs, I can see the dead skin cells just like, it's kind of crazy, but it just feels really relaxing, and your skin is so smooth afterwards. I really feel like I wish I invested in one of these. I mean, they're not expensive. Such a simple tool to, like I said, gently exfoliate without having to do really harsh, like if you have sensitive skin and you don't like the abrasive facial scrubs that are out there, try this. It is so gentle and it does really feel super nice on the skin. Like, I feel like it's just helping unclog those blackheads and just feels really nice. I don't know, I do this when I wake up and I highly recommend this. I will link this exact one down below. In all fairness, this next thing I did start in my mid-20s. I was very hesitant about it because I had horrible cystic acne. I feel like my scars are finally like pretty much healed, but it was traumatizing. So I really feel you if you suffer with any skin issues. Like, it's the first thing people see. I remember still, it's like ingrained as a core memory. I was walking into a public bathroom and I had some random girl, and I know she meant well, but like it really tore me apart inside. She's like, have you heard of, I do know this memory, but I forget the product. Proactive, that's what it was. And it just like, oh, my stomach just dropped, and I just thought, yeah, like this is me now, this is my identity, and it is like the worst thing ever. Going back, I'm like, I wish I could tell my younger self to use different products, which I'm gonna get into, but one of the number one things, which sounds crazy, my younger self would have been like, are you nuts? Throwing oil on my face, okay? I was like already creating too much oil. My skin was so dry. I was also going through hormonal changes and going off birth control and stuff, but oil cleansing has been no doubt one of the best things I've ever done for my skin. If you wear makeup, you need to double cleanse, okay? Just regular cleanser, it's not getting everything out. Oil attracts oil. So if you have oily skin or just like dirt and makeup and sunscreen and just the atmosphere outside, like the environment has so much pollution and stuff, you need something to actually get in there and clear it out. And the difference when you cleanse first with oil versus without, it's night and day. Your skin actually feels clean, but you are also protecting and balancing your skin barrier. There's something called like the acid mantle in your skin, and you don't want to strip it, and that's when you're gonna get the overproduction of oils and stuff, and you're gonna strip all the good stuff. You want to clean, but you also want to balance the skin. And here's the thing, you want to make sure to find an oil that works for your skin type. Not all oils are created equal, and I'm not here saying, you know, go throw some coconut oil on your face. Coconut oil actually breaks me out. I usually find the oils that are usually good for most skin types are things like jojoba oil, castor oil, sea buckthorn oil, and I personally love a blend of all three of those. I actually for years would just make my own DIY blend, but I really like this one. It actually has the first few ingredients: organic jojoba oil, organic castor oil, baobab oil, and then it has some essential oils and vitamin E. This does not irritate my skin at all. So I would suggest, if you're getting into oil cleansing, start small. Do a test patch, try different oils. Definitely look for ones that are non-clogging, like non-comedogenic or whatever that word is. I warm this up between my palms on a dry face when I'm wearing makeup. I massage it. I start with my face and I end with my eyes. I go really gentle around the eye area. And then I love doing this. I use one of these bamboo disposable cloths, which I know seems so wasteful. Like when I first heard of this, I'm like, what? That sounds so bougie and wasteful, like single disposable face cloths. Hear me out. This is the best thing. This could be a separate tip on its own. Like, and once you try it, you will not go back. My sister and I don't know if I think my girlfriend is still judging me on it, but I've definitely converted some people into this. I love it. I warm this up with hot water. I put it on my face. I let it kind of like steam for a bit, and then I wipe off the oils. With the oil, I'm wiping off the grime and the makeup and everything. And my skin just feels like it can breathe. And then I go in there with a cleanser. Same thing with the cleanser. Try to get something that's not going to strip your skin. I usually like to do a gel style cleanser. There's so many different kinds out there, but get one that works with your skin, and like I said, doesn't give you that tight, dry feeling afterward. But I love these, and it's not honestly that wasteful. Think about a paper towel. We use those all the time. This, I will usually, after I'm done, I can like wipe stuff down. Like I try to use it as a multi-purpose one. It's also just like made out of disposable bamboo, so it's like compostable. And honestly, I was using face towels for a long time washing them. Those hold bacteria in them. Okay, so you are just washing your face with bacteria. We were trying to keep the face clean and acne free. Boom. I actually think this video is gonna come out on Halloween, so I thought this was appropriate to jump scare you guys. Okay, so this is the Omnilux Contour Face Mask. It is a professional grade LED device, and it is actually clinically proven to reduce fine lines, wrinkles. It helps boost collagen, elastin in the skin, even out skin tone, and reduce redness, which I tend to get very pinky on my face for some reason. And this helps combat all of that. And I'm actually really excited because Omnilux is sponsoring today's video. So this is finally the excuse I needed to give these a try. And there are so many amazing before and afters online that you can see. And as someone who's looking for easy, maintainable things to add to my self-care routine, this is only, all you have to do is like 3 to 4 times a week for 10 minutes. So basically you just press this button and it automatically has a timer built into it, so you don't have to like set a clock or anything. My routine is I'll usually put Oakley to bed, wash my face, and then before I put my skincare on, I will put this mask on, and I'll either listen to a podcast or I can even meditate. Like you can habit stack and do, like, you are hands-free with this. There's no pain, it's non-invasive, there's no downtime. So you pop it on, once it's done, I finish up with my skincare and I'm ready to go. And I've even got Matt trying it. Some of the other ones I've seen are just like a hard plastic shell and they look a little bit uncomfortable. This one is super comfortable. Even the nose piece is just silicone, so it sits really nicely, it doesn't dig in. And it also just sits really close to the skin, which I know when it comes to LED devices, that's important. If you've also been curious for a while, like I was, to try out a red light therapy mask, I highly recommend Omnilux. I'm gonna have a link down below where you guys can get 10% off at checkout. Say it with me, sunscreen every day. There was definitely a time when I was younger that I only would put on sunscreen if I was gonna be out in the sun all day, like going to the beach, just gonna be out and it's a sunny day, like summertime. I now put sunscreen on every single day. It doesn't matter if I'm just driving around in my car, you are still getting the rays from the sun through the window and the windshield, and I just do it without fail. And the thing is with sunscreen, because there's a lot of like mixed information out there, but at the end of the day, here's what I do. I make sure that's on my face. I'm like, my face never has clothes on it, it's always exposed, and I wanna make sure that I am protecting it and reducing the signs of aging from the sun. And I'm also looking to get a clean ingredient sunscreen. So there's 2 different sunscreens. There's like a chemical one and I think it's a physical sunscreen or a chemical one. The chemical one is the one I avoid. I like to use a physical, I think it's also called like a mineral sunscreen. Usually they use, yeah, this one has zinc oxide. I really like this one. I try to do a lightweight one that doesn't feel like I'm just sticking on like plaster onto my face and have this like white screen going on. That to me is like hardcore. That's like what probably kids on Australia use at the beach. They legit have like these sticks that are just like white paste that they put on their kid's face, which like they need it. Sun there is so strong. But for everyday wear, especially in Canada during the winter time, we just need something that I usually try to do like 30 or 50 SPF. So this one's 45 and I have a tinted one and a clear one. I've even got Matt on board with it. Usually things that I start to adopt in my life, Matt slowly starts doing it, probably because I like persuade him into doing it. And also we're both just trying to look 10 years younger, okay? But I pretty much without fail will put on sunscreen after I do my skincare. I'll pop this on. I like the tinted one if I'm just doing like a no makeup day. It's not just doing one thing, it's the accumulation of a bunch of little things that I feel like at the end of the day will make a big impact. Okay, let's talk about sleeping position. I have always been a side sleeper, even a stomach sleeper, where I literally smush my face into the pillow as hard as I can and like just awful sleeping position. As I've gotten older and had 2 pregnancies, I've had to change the way I sleep. My neck is always stiff and sore, and it's actually getting better from like some exercises that I'm doing, but and changing my sleeping position. But like I just can't sleep like I did when I was 20. Now being in my late 30s, it's not a thing for me anymore. So it's also not great for my skin, because when you're sleeping, you're actually smushing your face, getting lots of lines. And if I'm sleeping in a bad position, I literally will wake up with like sleep lines on my face and they will just stay there for a little bit. They don't bounce back like they did when I was 22 and I had all that plump collagen in my face still. So now I really try to either sleep on my side. I have a lower profile pillow so I can be more in line with my body. I also sleep with a pillow in between my legs, and also a silk pillowcase does wonders for the skin. It helps so that the fabric doesn't tug on your face. It kind of just slides. It's also good for your hair. It's antibacterial, hyperallergenic. Like there's lots of reasons to switch to a silk pillowcase. I can notice a big difference when I don't use one versus when I do. Not to mention, I've slowly been trying to teach myself to be a back sleeper. I feel like that is the best position for just like neck and back alignment. It also is great for gravity because you're not smushing your face into the pillow and getting all those lines and creating like wrinkles and stuff. But it just feels like ergonomically the best position to sleep in. That if you can become a back sleeper, I do think it will solve all your problems. You'll have better posture, better skin, and maybe better sleep. I don't know. I have been seeing everyone go crazy with the face taping. I love seeing everyone's like creations and like, this works the best, this is the best product. These ones that I use are forehead patches that actually harden, kind of like a cast. Like you just wet them. They're made with like a non-toxic glue. I really like these ones. They're just like a unbleached paper, and on one side it has a gluey, it's kind of like an envelope, I guess. Like you wet it and then it gets sticky, and you basically pop it where you want. You can layer them. I kind of do like a big like diamond one in the middle, and then I cut the second one in half and I'll do 2 triangles. It hardens, and then you can't move your expression line. So when you're sleeping, you're not moving your face. So essentially when you wake up, you take it up, you just like wet it, peel it off, and then you have like your forehead is so smooth. How these work, you got to be consistent with them. So I'll try to use them like a few times a week. It's not like an every night thing, but I do notice a difference in my skin, and especially I only put it on my forehead because that's where I really see like my expression lines come through. But I notice when I'm consistent with it that my forehead is just smoother, and it also kind of trains you to use those muscles less. When I was younger, I definitely was not aware of overusing my forehead and eyebrow muscles and stuff. But as I've gotten older, it's not that like I'm reducing my expressions, I'm just being aware of how I'm using my face. When I used to just raise my brows all the time, and I was just like setting in those like the deep wrinkles and fine lines. And since being aware and since using things like these patches are helping to train and smooth out those forehead wrinkles, I've noticed such a difference. And I feel like it just has helped me realize like I can still be expressive and talk and show emotion without overusing those forehead muscles. So I really do love these. I feel like a pack lasts me a while because I don't do it every single night. I do want to try, I've seen people use like Japanese face tape. I've seen so many other methods, even like silicone patches. I want to try that out. I think there's something to it. A lot of people notice benefits from it. I've used this on and off for like 5 years. I feel like if you are consistent with these, you will definitely notice a difference. I'm gonna have everything that I'm mentioning in today's video linked down below for you guys. Hydrating, non-toxic skincare. In all fairness, this was something that I feel like I started to adapt in my mid-20s, but it's something I'm very passionate about in my 30s because I feel like this is the reason my skin looks hydrated and glowy even when I don't wear makeup, because I'm not drying the crap out of my skin every day. In my 20s, because I had cystic acne and a lot of hormonal changes, I was using very harsh acne products. Think benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, anything I could do just to clear and dry my skin. I would lay out in the sun because I thought the sun would like dry everything and fix my problems, but it was just making my acne scars darker and worse. And so all of those things combined was making my skin break out even more. It was so dry and flaky, and oil was getting trapped because there was no hydration. Like, I don't even know if I was like drinking enough water, who knows? Like, I just thought dry, dry, dry. I wish I had dry skin. And now I'm glad that my skin has oils because I feel like it's gonna actually work to my benefit, and I'm gonna have less wrinkles when I'm 87. Actually, my grandparents are in their 80s and honestly, they look great. So I really feel like oily skin is where it's at. So if you are in your teens and you're like, I hate my oily skin and getting all these breakouts, trust me, as you get older, you will thank your oily skin. And also keep it simple. You do not need like a 10-step skincare routine. So having a good cleanser, a rose water toner, something to help replenish and balance out your pH levels is really good. And then some kind of serum. I have one that is an acne serum, but it's not made with those drying ingredients. It has healing ingredients in here. It has some matcha tea to combat like redness. And I honestly just like let my skin heal and breathe when I'm having a breakout. I will sometimes do a little spot treatment of a clay mask, but just on the needed area, not all over my face. Just because you're having a breakout here doesn't mean you need to dry everything out here. You can just like spot treat as needed. Having an eye cream and an all over face moisturizer. I actually have a deeper hydration one for at night and then a lighter one for during the day, so I'm not like super greasy if I'm putting on makeup or something and I don't want that like shine. I would recommend trying out a couple of skincare brands, seeing which ones and their ingredients work best for your skin type, and then just like I said, keep it simple. You don't have to have a complicated skincare routine to have good glowy skin. I don't have one with me right now because I'm all out, but a good vitamin C serum too, like that's really nice. Those serums are nice to layer, but don't go crazy. I will alternate between a few different ones. Just working on hydration versus drying everything out has healed my skin in so many ways. Ugh, no better feeling. I mean, I could go on and on. There's face massaging. Do I do gua sha? Yes. There's also face yoga I've been dabbling into, but they're not things I do consistently that I would say, oh yes, these 100%, I highly recommend, they work. They definitely feel nice on the skin. Like I would even like to try cupping. I've seen people do that on their face. There's so many things. It can get very overwhelming, but I mostly will do the face massaging with some oil when I feel tension or just to like, it just feels good. Let me know if you want me to do a body care version because there's definitely a lot of things that I do on my body. One of them I feel like not enough people know about. It's also something I got from my mom. Like my mom, man, she like really set me up for good skin habits because I feel like I don't know, she's like just like a wealth of knowledge when it comes to, she reads a lot. So she's always giving me like good tips and tricks. And don't forget to check out Omnilux. Like I said, I have their contour face LED device, but they have a bunch of different options on their website for you guys to choose from. Use my link for 10% off at checkout. I'm gonna have everything listed down below for you guys, as well as everything that I mentioned in today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click that link down below and thumbs up this video. And let me know, don't gatekeep, what is your best skincare advice that you wish your younger self knew and that you have definitely told all your best friends, because we need to know them too. Let me know in the comments down below.